waiting to unfold her baggage on Newsline tonight. So, Becky, over to you then.
Iyema Oyewole. Now, justice is about to take its course on Oyewole, who is being remanded at a custodial center after pleading guilty before Magistrate Bashir Shitu of the Kaduna Magistrates Court. Achari Maxwell brings us up to speed on the latest.
Shock, condemnation and agitation trailed Princess Michael's case since the news of her ordeal in the house of Dickiness Oyemola broke out. So, wife of Kaduna State Governor Ummi Garba El-Rufai, journalists, women activists and members of some civil society groups defied downpour to witness her arraignment in court. Mrs. Oyemola and two of her daughters, Tito and Femi, were arraigned on 3-count charge: heinous torture, child abuse, and cruelty to Princess, their housemaid. Mrs. Oyemola pleaded guilty to all the charges and appealed to the court to temper justice with mercy.
Because she has pleaded guilty, the matter will proceed for hearing. And of course, there's no bail for her, so she'll be remanded in prison custody.
He has refused her bail, and for us, that is justice in itself. So we commend him for doing that, because what this woman has done is a shame to every woman.
Oyemola is to remain in correctional center till 27th of August, while her two daughters have been granted bail, being minors.
And the conditions of bail that he gave, we are also very pleased with that, because it simply means that if they cannot meet the conditions, they will still be under custody.
This will be a lesson to women that have been doing this. And it is my advice to the public not to just give your child away without knowing who you are giving your child to.
In the meantime, Princess is responding to treatment in the hospital.
She's doing fine. Her wounds are healing gradually. She's currently undergoing psychotherapy.
Once she is discharged, we'll sit with the parents, since her parents are alive, to find out what does the parent want for their daughter, because it is their right to tell us what they want for their daughter. And I assure you, the government of Kaduna State, as I've said earlier, directives has been given by the governor that we should take care of Princess and we should support her in whatever way we can.
Princess is expected to be discharged from the hospital as soon as she is fit.
Still on crime of that nature, last week we brought you the story of a husband and wife who tortured their domestic help, Nena Nadi, by driving a nail into her head and scarring her body with electric pressing iron. Chineye Nwoye reports that the suspects have remained in custody and will face the full wrath of the law.
Recently, the media was awash with gory images of a young girl who was allegedly tortured by her guardians. The couple, Mr. Jude Ozugu and Mrs. Ifoma Ozugu, were arrested by the Enugu State Police Command. The Commissioner of Police, Ahmad Abdurrahman, who condemned the act, advised parents to always take care of their children and be mindful of whose custody they leave their children.
While these people ungodly maltreated that child, used nail on her head, put pepper in her private part, put iron all over her body.
There was a mild drama at the police headquarters where the couple were earlier paraded by the police as they traded blames as to who is culpable in the alleged offenses.
By that time, they brought this girl here. I say that it's me that did it because I don't want to sack my husband and work or let him to go prison. That's why I say it's me that did it.
Of this one, in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, she's the one doing everything. That girl's body. It's my woman that do that. I did not inflicted any injury. And I used iron to threaten her, but I did not inflicted any injury.
The couple were charged with unlawful attempt to kill, unlawful intent to harm, and engaging a little girl in hazardous work against her physical well-being. When the case was brought before the Enugu North Magistrate Court, the Defense Counsel prayed the court to discountenance the various public sentiments on the matter and grant bail to his clients. But the prosecutor, Chief Superintendent of Police Pascal Nwachukwu, opposed the bail application by the defense counsel, which he said is premature, uncalled for, and against the dictates of the law. The Chief Magistrate Joseph Agu, who presided over the matter, refused to grant bail to the defendants, describing the offense as grievous. He adjourned the case till the 10th of August.
And we are appalled by the deed, especially for the entire womanhood and the phenomena of house help, that people use people still as domestic servants and deal with them in a way that is you can actually compare to the transatlantic slavery. If they are dealing with slaves, to have treated that person as a subhuman.
Meanwhile, mother of the victim, Nedinson Nadi, who is a widow, and her uncle demanded for justice. The victim, Norman Nadi, who has been awarded scholarship by the Enugu state government, is responding to treatment in a hospital in Enugu. Human rights activists have advocated that it is time to eradicate child labor, ban and punish heavily anyone using children as domestic helps.
Of these court cases get started when people report abuse in any form happening in their environment. Let's rescue more victims. A couple of weeks ago, we brought you a report on serial rape and killings in Akinyele local government area of Oyo State, where 5 persons, including a 42-year-old woman, were the victims. Curiously, the crimes were committed within 2 weeks. The latest is that the long arm of the law may have caught up with the perpetrators. Rufaya Animashaun Badmas, who has been following the story, brings us an update.
Somebody that we have been together for a long period of time. We were just blessed with the first fruit of the womb. And we are expecting she's supposed to deliver this month. And somebody just came and take the life like that. It can't go like that. The tears, I'm just trying to cope.
Oh! My son wanted to be a doctor. He had a beautiful beginning. Now that he has been mothered, where do I start from?
My wife is diligent, hardworking, and a true mother. This is the child she left behind, who would play the motherly role for her.
I've been coping, although once in a while I used to feel dizzy. So it's not like that before. Since that incident, it seems I'm here to get myself.
Agony and pains of family members of victims of the serial killings recount their ordeal following the deaths of their loved ones in the hands of the criminals. But true to the saying, every day for the thief, one day for the owner, the long hands of the law finally caught up with suspected perpetrators of the dastardly act who confessed having committed the crime.
I killed 6 people in Akinyele local government. I was sent by Baba. I am an apprentice under him. Whenever he wanted me to go and kill, Baba usually put something inside my mouth.
I called the boy to come help me to buy something. So when the boy came inside, so I told the boy to sleep on the bed. I thought I should remove his trouser. When she removed the trouser and started sleeping with her.
Commissioner of Police in Oyo State, Nwachukwu Enwowu, says there is no hiding place for criminals in the state.
Police-public partnership with the support of the public and credible information. We were able to work hard. We had sleepless nights. And lo and behold, at the end of the day, we are very happy that it paid off.
Other stakeholders have also resolved to return sanity to the community.
Unequivocally that the principal suspect have been apprehended. Some of the people that conspired to have been apprehended, and the next thing is to bring them to justice.
When it comes to insecurity, it's a business of everyone.
For now, as the people of Akinyele bask in the euphoria of the arrest, it is the belief that they will soon return to sleeping with their 2 eyes closed when their community has been rid of criminals.
Attacks leave you mentally traumatized, don't they? Elsewhere, a father is soon to stand trial for allegedly impregnating his 16-year-old daughter. The man who was admitted to incest also says he is ready to face the music. From Port Harcourt, Robinson Deratde reports.
Eremonsele Mahmoud is a single parent and has allegedly been sleeping with his 16-year-old daughter since she was 11. The act was exposed when the girl became 2 months pregnant. Mahmoud speaks on what prompted him.
I have no reason to doubt the fact that I am responsible. It's unfortunate it happened, but how it all began, I do not know. But it's a battle that I have tried to fight over the years. It seems to me to be much bigger than me because even my daughter, what is involved in her too, I can tell.
We are still trying to see how we can manage the situation because the girl, of course, she's a teenager and we're not allowed to take her own life because she's going to do so if we don't intervene as quickly as possible.
The victim, a senior secondary school SS1 student, has been taken into custody by the Rivers State Ministry of Welfare and Social Rehabilitation.
When I asked her, she said when he called her the first time to lie with her on the bed, she tried to scream and he told her that why is she making noise, that this is a thing every other girl has been doing. Why is she trying to make noise? And each time she resists, he said he will not put her in the school, neither to pay her school fees or buy things for her.
What are the religious and social implications of incest?
Possible solution that Islam has provided is that when your child is going on and they are up to 10 years, the first thing is to separate their bed. Quran give a special care to the female. He said they should stay in the home with dignity, which means they should not be showing their body.
Parents must avoid any form of in-house sexual activity with their children. Why? Because it has nemesis and it carries the voice of judgment.
It kills the woman's confidence. And that woman is gone for life, except she goes through rehab. And it must be a psychologist to bring her back to normalcy.
We are asking that the attendant assent be made for the violence against persons and prohibition act law that was passed not too long ago.
Some of them who claim that it is the devil probably may have had one or two occult practices that have pushed them there.
The police promised to allow the law take its course on the matter.
To be prosecuted for sure, and that teenager needs therapy sessions in order to refocus. Meanwhile, there is palpable tension among members of a community in Boso local government area of Niger State, an aftermath of the rape of at least 3 minors in a span of 6 days. Mukhtar Abubakar Wuwu, who is tracking the saga, reports.
10-year-old rape victim of the 4th of July, which the video clip went viral on social media, says the about 70-year-old suspect threatened her with a snake, which later appeared to be a toy snake.
He threatened me with a snake and raped me.
The recent suspect that was caught, he was holding the key to that particular room. And that's not the first person caught doing the act in that particular room.
Similarly, the 10-year-old rape victim of the 9th of July alleges the 55-year-old suspect threatened her with a knife.
He lured me into his room while I was walking and raped me. He showed me a knife and threatened to kill me and my parents if I tell anybody.
All efforts to speak with the third victim and her parents proved abortive.
For these rape cases, we are appealing to the state government. They should please help us and fish out all those people that are behind, even the person that is even giving the rooms. Please, they should also help us and fish them out of the community.
Meanwhile, the herbalist alleged to have been renting out his herbal center to the suspected rapist debunked the allegations, saying the suspects committed the crime while he was away.
I accommodated the first suspect during the lockdown. I was not aware that he is a rapist.
The Niger State Police Command confirmed receiving 2 of the cases, saying the command has since charged the suspects to court.
Niger State Command as a whole, we have received about 34 cases of rape, and we have discovered that
most rape cases are not reported in short, and we want to use this medium to admonish the members of the public to try as much as possible to report cases of rape in our community.
There will be no hiding place for those people. We have vowed that we will follow the case to its logical conclusion.
Some stakeholders in the fight against rape in Niger State speak.
Within this period of the lockdown, it was the most shocking period for us because there was just an upsurge of rape. Offhand, I can say within that period to now, we must have had close to maybe 700 to 800 cases from across Niger State.
Looking at that perspective, I came up with a motion for a bill to establish death penalty for offenders of rape in a situation where the victim dies.
Now we have digested within and outside. We realize that there's a lack of political will from our leaders and also the enforcement of those laws.
Although the 3 recent rape cases involving minors happened outside the lockdown period, statistics indicate that majority of the rape cases in Niger State took place during the lockdown period.
There will be an update on that soon. Watch this space. Our next story is a tragic end of a promising 18-year-old student, Lami Ibrahim, who allegedly committed suicide after consuming a chemical substance. Those in the know suspect she committed the act because she was put in the family way by her boyfriend during the COVID-19 lockdown. From Lafia, Hamza Musa Merkafi reports.
Lami Ibrahim was in this school established in 1981.
Well, the signboard of the school is right behind me. It is actually raining. She was a student of government science secondary school and her.
Looking forward, like her peers, to a brighter future. But for her, the aspiration is gone forever, leaving behind heavy hearts to contend with how a precious life was lost. If she was commuting on daily basis to attend the school from her ancestral home of Anguan Dorawa, largely agrarian, it was her Herculean task, going by the remoteness of the area. As we entered the community, there was apprehension by the people, and after cordial exchanges, clearly understood our mission with appreciation. On the fateful day, Hassan Danjuma, leader of the local vigilante, was going round. At about 7:30 in the evening, he says, a mother of the deceased noticed her daughter was distressed. I reported. We took her to hospital, but unfortunately, she died. Her parents are receiving sympathizers saying the deceased was never assaulted, contrary to reports in some quarters. Community members say there are lessons from the unforgettable incident.
You should be cautious with your children. Guide them, give them advices.
It's a lesson. It's encouraging us, a preacher, to preach very strongly to the youth people.
Leaving the community with messages to stakeholders, never to despair in all life challenges, and seeking government attention to fix their road for prosperity and well-being of the people.
Side solves nothing. We can't say this enough. I'll pause here for some commercial messages. Stay with us.
Your hogs are a comfy place for dropping in, for lazing around, and hanging out. So we've designed our hugs to be just as comfy, with a soup-absorbent core to lock wetness away, and the soft, flexible waistband. Our most comfortable diaper keeps baby comfy at every angle. We'll never stop finding new ways to hug more like you. Huggies, your hugs inspire ours.
You clean your teeth every morning, but that fresh breath feeling just doesn't last. The answer? Easy. You keep your teeth strong and healthy and give your mouth long-lasting fresh breath with new Oral-B 2-in-1 toothpaste. It helps strengthen your teeth and gives you long-lasting fresh breath.
So fresh, still fresh, and still fresh.
Stay strong, stay fresh. New Oral-B toothpaste for strong teeth and long-lasting fresh breath.
Hey, tell them. They told me you are the best around here.
What can I do for you, sir?
I want my own very, very simple. I don't want any shine. If I see any shine.
Actually, I'd love some sequins on my skirt. And I don't like any frills.
I beg, I want frills on mine. But it must not be too tight.
Tight! That tight now, that is what I want. And the transition.
Oh, you know what? I want a gown.
Me too. I want to come to
You know what DMS are doing? Hey, did you capture all the information?
Of course not.
Actually.
Fantastic.
I give my customers what they love because everyone has their unique style. So why should they wear the same thing? Just like MTN for me, which gives unique data and recharge offers just the way you like it. Just dial *121# and turn up great offers every day.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Treat your family to a cereal that's made from the natural goodness of maize and soya protein and specially combined with Grain Smart, a smart combination of vitamins and iron, so that they have the right kind of energy to help them reach their full potential and turn the simple into amazing. Eat up and carry go because nothing do you. Golden Morn, make every day amazing.
Nestle, good food, good life.
See as they go to the left, to the right. The defender stand down for ground. Go fight to conquer. Plenty things full ground for you. He not the sweepers like this, oh. No feeling be like this at all. Conquer excitement inside football action. Live sports for GoTV. Enjoyment not in sweet pass to watch. Connect live action for La Liga, Serie A, Premier League, and WWE. As they hot, it don't settle. Get GoTV today for 9,200 naira. Where they come with 1 month GoTV Max subscription to enjoy correct sports with the super sports. GoTV. Live it, love it.
Welcome back. The trial of the Lagos-based cosmetic surgeon, Dr. Anu Oluwapo Adepoju, and her company, Med Contour Services Limited, has commenced at the Federal High Court, Lagos. Dr. Adepoju is standing trial on a 5-count charge bordering on refusal to honor invitations and present documents requested for by the Federal Consumers and Competition Protection Commission. Tunde Saike reports.
At the resumed trial of Dr. Anu Oluwapo Adepoju and her clinic, Med Contour Services Limited, the prosecution, led by the Director General of the Federal Competition and Consumers Protection Commission, Babatunde Irukera, requested for a rearrangement of the accused following an amendment of the previous charges. This the court allowed, and once again she pleaded not guilty to all the charges. The prosecution was asked to open its trial, which led to the invitation of the first prosecution witness, Susie Onuka. Onuka is the head of the Lagos Zonal Office of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. During cross-examination by the prosecution counsel, Onuka told the court that as the head of operations, she received several complaints from consumers who claimed to have suffered physical harm and financial loss following services rendered by the defendant at Med Contour Services Limited. This caused the Commission to swing into action by embarking on an investigation of the clinic. Several other visits were conducted, but the defendant and her workers failed to honor the invitation. Dr. Anwar continued refusal and disregard to the summons necessitated the trial. Several exhibits were acknowledged by the court to prove this snubbing.
Quite a myriad of different types of documents. The key issues in this case is really whether the target of investigation is complying with the law by providing the appropriate information for the regulatory authority to conduct its investigation. And so obviously the regulator would have needed to prove that it has the powers, the law is on its side to do that. And secondly, that this particular target was provided with the appropriate information to secure their compliance and also had sufficient notice and an opportunity to be heard. And in addition, you have to prove that they truly got they became aware. And I think all the information that went in today were to prove that, yes, there was a notice of investigation that was issued, there was a summons, the defendant became aware of that. Not only the defendant, even some of our supporters became aware of it, other people in the public became aware of it, and other practitioners in that same space who were part of the investigation became aware. And whether it's the consumers or the other practitioner, they have all complied by providing information. Only the target of the investigation had not provided information. And so all these different documents were to establish the basis of the awareness in all of these situations.
After the prosecution's cross-examination of the witness, Justice Mohammed Liman adjourned the case to the 14th day of October 2020 for the defense counsel, Maria Jones, to cross-examine the witness and continuation of trial.
The case is ongoing, and come October, we shall bring you further proceedings. Now, the overwhelming impact of the coronavirus pandemic on critical sectors of the economy has inspired a surge in public-private partnership towards revamping Nigeria's health sector. The ongoing construction of an intensive care facility at Emmanuel Hospital, Eket, Akwa Ibom State, is one of such initiatives. Ifeoma Aihuji brings us highlights of the foundation stone-laying ceremony.
Aligning with the ongoing government's effort to curtail the scourge of the coronavirus pandemic, the Nigeria oil and gas industry launched a collaborative intervention initiative to combat COVID-19 and its attendant impact. Under this initiative, Eket people and indeed Akwa Ibom residents are online to enjoy improved healthcare services as Mobile Producing Nigeria Unlimited flagged off an intensive care unit project at the Emmanuel Hospital, Eket.
It is our hope that this project, when completed, would add a lot of facilities and avenues for rapid response intervention and caring for the sick and those who may suffer from not only from COVID-19, but from other viral diseases and even other infections.
Managing Director of Mobile Producing Nigeria Unlimited, represented by the Executive Director Udobong Tia, says the ICU estimated that the initial cost in excess of 600 million naira is aimed at complementing existing health facilities in the state for the management of specialized medical cases, even beyond COVID-19 era.
Mobile Producing Nigeria is very excited to be a part of this venture, help alleviate the COVID-19 issues. We are delivering an intensive care unit in Eket for the Akwa Ibom State government, and we're committed to delivering that project on time. Works are ongoing right now to kick off the project. As you know, the site has been cleared, and we'll be mobilizing to the site as soon as possible.
The chairman of the Presidential Task Force, represented by the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timi Prayer Silva, officially flagged off the project and disclosed that 21 billion naira has been earmarked for the Oil and Gas Intervention Initiative to benefit states across the geopolitical zones.
This action is taken to support our national healthcare delivery facilities and strengthen our collective national resolve in combating
the pandemic and its dreadful impact.
Other key players in the oil and gas industry also made presentations of medical equipment and consumables to Akwa Ibom State government in support of the fight against COVID-19.
And gesture there by NMPC and partners. Still on COVID-19, most coronavirus survivors shy away from talking about the experience, but damning consequences of possible stigmatization. A few Nigerians who have been through it are speaking out to enlighten those who have decided for whatever reason that the virus does not exist. Some also equate it to malaria. Here's hoping that the survivor's story will help convince the doubting Thomases to think differently. From Abuja, Hakima Taliu reports.
It died. So many other persons. So government needs to intensify the campaign and awareness.
Abdurrahman Balogun is a media practitioner. Despite his level of awareness and taking all precautionary measures, he still contracted coronavirus, which he initially thought were symptoms of malaria.
It was like a joke. I just noticed I've been losing my appetite to eat. In the evening, I'll be shivering, finish using the drugs, but unfortunately no improvement. Suddenly cough entered into it. I found it difficult to even talk. I just drove out one Monday like that, straight to the National Hospital.
However, Abdurrahman lived the reality of coronavirus infection, thanks to the professional care he received from the frontline health workers at the National Hospital, Abuja, and the medications administered. He is alive today to tell the story.
He said, Mr. Balogun, you are hereby discharged, you can go, but don't still go out. Go home and isolate yourself for another 2 weeks. And I must say this, the government is really trying, because while we are there, our breakfast, our lunch, our dinner, our drugs, injection are free. The beds are free. If you are to pay for that services for 2 weeks or more, you know how much you pay per day.
Life for Abdurrahman after COVID-19 experience, he says, has strengthened his resolve never to let down his guard, while advocating all to take personal responsibility, which is crucial to curbing the spread of coronavirus.
Virus is not malaria, it is real and deadly. And thanks to the survivor for sharing. Now, with the risk of sounding like a broken record, I'll say this. The coronavirus pandemic has altered the way we do almost everything. While emphasis is on the prevention or management of the novel virus, people are mindful of what they consume, narrowing their options by limiting the choices they make in spite of cravings. I carried out an assessment of the current consumer behavior, and here's what I discovered. Prior to now, most people worked hard with a common motive to become or maintain their position as big consumers. The aspiration was majorly driven by an appetite for luxury items. Then the coronavirus stepped out and everyone stepped in. Economies made a free fall. Income nosedived, forcing individuals and families to reevaluate their spending behavior. Needs were suddenly prioritized over wants. Although there's a semblance of what life once was before the total lockdown, the new normal has reformatted the retail industry on a global scale, ensuring that only the bare necessities make the shopping list.
So since coronavirus, you use your money to buy only food stuff, now only food stuff.
What are the one that can sustain you? Edible. Food stuff, because children are at home, everybody at home.
I spend my money, provisions, foodstuffs, and toiletries.
So you don't buy clothes anymore?
No, not at all, because I make do with what I have for now.
While this newfound tact displayed in spending attitude is commendable, it invariably mirrors the uncertainty sparked by disruptions in all sectors. The small business owners who retail some commodities, now categorized as luxury goods, have been dealing with a massive drop in profit margin.
Now, they are not patronizing us as it used to be. And most of them, when they come, they prefer staying outside and even discussing with you now, which does not really encourage business at all. Economically, it's contributing nothing to us.
Nobody is going to wear those elaborate skirts, like we used to have them before, those long, flowy dresses with frills and trills. Nobody is going to wear that anymore because nobody, who is going to see you wear them anyway?
Many, like Stella, have cleverly switched to vocations that have become money spinners because of the pandemic.
Things that will move well now is this face shield, face masks, hand sanitizers, consumable things.
She's not alone. There are countless others who now produce personal protective equipment or retail edible commodities. This shift in spending pattern is widely embraced. But will this precautionary use of money outlive the pandemic era?
If after the pandemic, life comes back to normal, his salary is stable, is not reduced or impaired in any way, and if prices of goods, the basic things he normally would buy for sustenance, if the prices remain the same, he will go back to how he used to behave before the pandemic.
In other words, when it comes to consumer behavior, old habits die hard. But just now, modification and prudence govern spending. Away from coronavirus matters, a philanthropist, Umaru Kombo, German Sokoto, has adopted 163 children, and most of them were made orphans by Boko Haram insurgency. Then he established a school, and the center is recognized as a citadel of learning. Abdurrahman Usman Jabrila takes a look at how the children have transformed 2 years after their transfer from the northeastern part of Nigeria to Sokoto.
These children were brought to Sokoto from northeastern states of Nigeria, ravaged by insurgency. 117 among them were from Borno State, 23 from Yobe State, while 23 who are also orphans were drawn from across 23 local government areas of Sokoto State. The philanthropist Alhaji Umaru Kobo AA doesn't only provide shelter to the orphans, but also feeds and provide quality education to them.
How many sides?
The 163 orphans comprising 116 boys and 47 girls. In this school, Jarmayuki Academy, there are 17 conventional and 7 Islamic teachers, in addition to other supporting staff.
We brought them between the age of 6 and 8, and at the initial stage, the proprietor would like them to go through the primary school and secondary school. But at a later time, he also concluded arrangement financially to take care of these children until each and one of them graduate from a university.
The children are taught various subjects and carefully groomed to memorize the Holy Quran, and they are also engaged in extracurricular activities.
We are here in UK German School. They are teaching us very well, and we thanks God and our teachers. We thanks all our guardians.
My name is Belkis Ibrahim Lina. I'm in JSS 1.
Alhamdulillah, even their education is fine and they are feeling comfortable. They don't have any problem. They are feeling better.
The feeding program in the school is superb. The children are given balanced diet. The Jarmayuki Academy, located at the residence of Umarun Kobo AA in Sokoto Metropolis, gives the children the opportunity to observe 5 daily prayers and even Friday prayer in congregation.
Some of them, they grow up but they not even attend school. And also, the problem that we face again among their language because they speak Kanuri?
The performance is quite improving. The pupils, they are getting much better. Because in any place that you start, you must get some challenges. But we are overcoming the challenges by the grace of God.
These orphans are also trained in various vocational trades with a view to making them self-reliant.
When it comes to entrepreneur, he has agreed and volunteered to give all that we need for these children to have skills that even after their university, they will have, one skill or two or three skill that they will be able to feed on, even if they do not have the employment from maybe a government or from a company.
The children are in high spirits and indeed free from the trauma of losing their parents at tender age. The philanthropist declined our request for an interview, obviously avoiding the limelight.
Indeed, a philanthropist with a heart of gold. Moving on, a veteran footballer and coach of Lobby Stars Football Club, Sir Ambrose Joe, is battling with a life-threatening ailment and needs the support of corporate bodies and public-spirited individuals to survive. Elias Itiav reports that Coach Ambrose Joe needs kidney transplant, which requires about 13 million naira to carry out the surgery.
Sir Ambrose Joe, who captained the defunct Hawks Football Club of Makudi between 1980 and 1989, was also a pioneer player and captain of Lobby Stars Football Club from 1990 to 1997. Upon retirement as a player, he joined the services of Lobby Stars as a coach until the ailment struck 5 years ago.
My kidneys are not functioning properly again. So I've been on dialysis for over 2 years now. This is 2 years, 5 months. There's need now that I have to go for transplant.
As a pensioner, Coach Ambrose Joe lacks the financial capacity to foot the hospital bill of 12.5 million naira, which has constrained him to a helpless situation.
I'm now calling on the government, philanthropists, my fellow sportsmen and women, and all well-wishers to come to my aid to facilitate my treatment at Abuja, which I have found out they say I should prepare about 12 million naira.
Spirited organizations and individuals can forward their contributions to his Union Bank account number 0025371265 or that of his wife with account number 3074177638 with First Bank.
All needs our help, and yes, hoping you all will come through. Let's take a quick break. Join us for more captivating reports after this time out.
Ankara shopping with the right place,
That one no fine.
No, nice.
No, it's too dull.
This one.
Oh wow, it's beautiful. Omo, this fabric, it gon' fade though.
Yeah. Look, make I tell you something. The new area Ankara, it go take good care of it. Not true.
And the price, cheap.
Try new Ariel on your Ankara and colors now.
Close Up Deep Action. With antibacterial formula and deep cleaning gel, keeps your teeth clean and protected. Close Up Deep Action. Enjoy long-lasting fresh breath and more.
What's your beautiful? My essence and my energy. My natural glow and my confidence. My freshness and fierceness. my beautiful is being me.
Reveal your beautiful this beauty month with amazing discounts of up to 33% off select Nivea products in participating stores near you. Nivea, be you, be beautiful.
Every house has its own rules. But in this house, rules can be deceiving. Follow them, bend them, break them, make them. The house can't win if you beat it at its own game. Play your cards right. Be heard. Be seen. Change perception. Expose the players. Reveal the drama, the passion, the charm, the deceit. All eyes are on you, but keep your eye on the prize. Run the risk, take the house. Only one king or queen will ace the game on Big Brother Naija. Season 5 starts 19th of July, 7 p.m. on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 29. Headline sponsor, Betway. Gold sponsor, Guinness. Rated 18.
What's better than finding your own fun spot and chilling with some friends? With Teaser's sparkling cocktail, you can put the fun back into everything.
Whenever, you don't got to stress on it. Just get your Teaser.
The refreshingly new Teaser sparkling cocktail is ready to drink in a class of its own. Now available in apple flavor and lime and lemon flavor. Teaser sparkling cocktail drink, masters of fun. From Intercontinental Distillers Limited.
She cried. She cried in anguish and in pain. She bears the scourge of her grief. She toils in vain for justice and succumbs to silence. He gloats over his malady. Like a beast, he pounces with no remorse. Her cry meant nothing. Her pain feeds her shame. Like an orphan, she is left to grieve in solitude. But no more will she cry in vain. Her adversaries will henceforth bear the brunt of their bestiality. Rape is evil. Rape is a plague, a pandemic of monumental consequences. We must unite and kick it out of our society.
Connect with NTA and stand against rape and rapists.
This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
ICPC and NTA say you can help Nigeria to flatten the curve on COVID-19, just as you can help flatten the curve on corruption. Follow transparency, accountability, and integrity just as you follow health guidelines. Stay home with integrity and maintain your distance from corruption, just as you stay away from COVID-19 by maintaining social distance. Report every act of corruption to ICPC, just as you report COVID-19 to NCDC. Stay away from corruption, stay safe from COVID-19. Report any act of corruption to ICPC on toll-free number 0800-2255-4272. This message is brought to you by ICPC and NTA. Thanks for staying with us. The quest for easy money has made monsters out of some individuals, turning them into vicious, bloodthirsty vampires. The recent raid of a shrine in Owode-Ota, a community in Ogun State, by officers of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps showed that it was a spiritual hub for aspiring and practicing fraudsters. The details of that bust is contained in Akim Jimo's report.
When sighted from outside, nobody will imagine this abandoned and dilapidated building can be a place of abode for any mentally deranged person, let alone a sane and healthy man. Now, this is an abandoned 6-bedroom building turned into a shrine by a gang of suspects, including 36-year-old man Olusegun Olawale. He has been living here for the past 6 months with his cohorts to perpetrate crime. They disguise as specialists in advanced free fraud by luring their victims through incantations.
Alhaji used to call me that I should go and bring the victims from the bus stop to the house. When the suspect is nearby, he will give me one of his SIM cards to insert into my phone to call the victims.
Other members of the gang, including the team leader simply identified as Alhaji, stays indoor to perfect other aspects of the operation. The Ayatollah born indigene who said he was into welding and has a workshop at the Yanokwaja area of Lagos, claimed he was lured into the illicit business by the so-called Alhaji after duping him the sum of 600,000 naira.
When I told people about the incident, they told me that there is nothing I can do to get my 600,000 naira back.
My intelligence operatives were here to see what is happening, and of course they took them inside and they started asking them to bring this and that, money and all that. So they were already, they also prepared to take him to the bank where he will go and obtain the money before the bubble burst.
The suspect was arrested after attempting to defraud an Abuja-based personality.
They will ask him something that is not, that you will not really think that they want to gain. They don't really need those materials. They will tell you to convert it to cash so that they can go and procure all those things for you.
The traditional ruler of the community and other community leaders were, however, taken aback when they heard of the crime.
I have told all my CDAs to identify our abandoned building, and we will write those that owns them. If they don't come, I have told them to let us inform the government. All this one are going. So this one will gear us up to monitor and ensure that all abandoned buildings should be recommended for taking over by the government.
It's a surprise. I'm stunned with what I'm seeing here. I'm going to be frank with you. And this man has no identity.
With the prime suspects and 2 others at large, Olusegun Olawale is currently cooling his heels at the Abeokuta headquarters of Ogun State NSCDC. He claimed that his parents are late and that his wife had left him long ago with 2 children.
Where it was a sad commentary in Rivers State last week when the Nigerian police force recovered decomposed corpses, victims of kidnapping and cultism in different parts of the state. Robinson Deratide, who has been keeping tabs on these discoveries, is set to share.
It was about 10 minutes drive from Bera community to the forest between Bera and Bidere communities in Gukana local council area of Rivers State. The anti-cultism unit of the Nigeria Police Force had discovered a secret grave where 3 youths of Bidere community were buried alive. The victims were Baridon Barabera, Sunday Tor, and Barisiton Nawe, who were allegedly killed on the 14th of March 2020 by the Degbam Court Group for informing security agencies about their criminal activities.
We have been able to exhume them. Your parents are here. They've also been able to identify them. The arm of justice is long. The arm of the law is long. It must surely come catch you wherever you are.
These persons are innocent people from Bidere community. Their only offense is that they reported illegal bunkering activities of these killers to the police. That is their only offense. I am pained. I'm sufficiently pained because I'm from this community. And thank God today, justice will be dished out to those who are responsible to this barbaric act.
The first key one doing everybody Sunday Vurasi, which in the Musari up till now. And this group came up again and killed 3 innocent youth of our community. And we will continue to work with you people and give you full support that all these things will stop.
2 suspects were arrested who led the police to the grave
I was not there, but doing that, I was with them, doing business with them. That's what brought me in.
Similarly, the anti-kidnapping squad of the State Police Command recovered the corpse of a 38-year-old businessman who was tied to a tree and killed at Alessa Forest in Eleme Local Council area. The victim, Dinebari Ereba, kidnapped on the 15th of May 2020 by a 5-man gang in Port Harcourt and was killed after a ₦1 million ransom was collected from his family.
In the course of the investigation, one of the suspects was arrested. His confession led to the arrest of another suspect. Now, the further confessions took the man to this forest. After kidnapping the man, kept him for 5 days, and then tied him to this tree, where the man eventually died.
A misunderstanding between Oga Zik and him boys, we they take care of the work here. And make them kill the man. See, don't collect money, no one give them.
The police said all the suspects will be charged to court at the completion of investigations.
Take one last break. Don't go away.
How do you describe something extra special? Cool. Dark. Strong. Rich. And satisfying.
Trophy Extra Special Stout with extra special roasted barley for extra special satisfaction.
And that's Newsline this week. Many thanks for being a part of it. I leave you with this. Push harder than yesterday if you want a better tomorrow. Good night and God bless Nigeria.